Sometimes I love to hate you and hate to love you, but I can't help myself. Mm. Good morning, Glue Troopers. Well, I really got cranking on this Tiger I that it was Garfield sent me. And I had pre-painted everything with that desert yellow or whatever they call it. I actually went to the shop and got the correct paints. And I spent a lot of time painting the black trim on those 48 road wheels. Last night I started linking track, or actually you glue it together. This doesn't have the link pins. This when you put individual pieces together and then glue them together, which is when that ultra thin Tamiya glue comes in real handy. But I don't know, like it was late, so I only got like 13 or 15 of them done. I was like, yeah, I'll do this tomorrow. There are 100 links per side. And I was like, this is not something I'm just going to sit down and do. I'm going to do this in bits and bobs. So painting all those road wheels and linking the tracks is going to be the slow part of this kit because being a Tamiya kit, of course, everything fits like a glove. But there's always a but. I realized that the road wheels, and thankfully, I painted them on the sprue and hadn't removed anything. The road wheels are both position specific and direction specific. So you got to make sure certain ones go in on axle, like 2, 4, 6, and 8, and facing a certain ways because one side has a built-in spacer. Okay, and once they're in, then you have the road wheels that you have to glue together. And normally we would think that you want a space between them, but you don't. It's actually two wheels pressed close together. So you got to make sure you get like I think it's 7 and 8 glued together the correct way, and you got to put them in with their built-in spacer facing the right direction. That actually may have been the one that, yeah. Anyway, and then you have the outline within. They go on like 1, 3, 5, 7 axle number, and then you have the other ones that the last ones go on. Of course, they're also direction specific, and they go on the same even numbered ones. Or was it odd numbers? Well, it depends on if you're starting from the rear. And I realized you want to make sure it'll make it a little easier if you put the idler wheel and the drive sprocket on last, or you have to wiggle around them. But it was entertaining. Anyway, got them on, everything hardened overnight, and I'm going to go inspect it today. But today's mostly, hopefully, going to be working on the diorama. So I've got my insurance photos. I got the diorama set up, took a bunch of pictures, but I haven't really finished it. Everything I want to do to it. So I'd kind of like to quote unquote redo it and take some more pictures and everything. But I have gotten started on the Kit Bash video. We've only got a couple of days left. If you guys want to get the stuff in, I probably won't get it out till early next. Well, maybe. Yeah, I was going to say this weekend, maybe Sunday. The Kit Bash should go up maybe the day after, just depending on how the workload goes. But anyway, that's what I got going on here for right now. And as for yesterday's video, yeah, I left out some great movies. 30 Seconds Over Tokyo definitely being one of them. And that is one of the greatest flying movies made, and one of the most, I think, most realistic. There were a couple of them. I sat down and put that list together and I knew I was forgetting some films. And the sad part is movies like 30 Seconds Over Tokyo are one of my favorites. Right Stuff should have been on the list, although that's, like I say, it was mostly models. Whereas Toward the Unknown, which I still have not seen, so it didn't go on the list only because I haven't seen it, but everyone I know who has thinks the world of it. And there were a lot of other great ones. And it's funny, you guys, some of you guys hated the movies that other people loved and loved the movies that, and there were a lot of them listed in the comments. Going, oh yeah, I should have picked that one. I should have picked that one. The reason I didn't put the original Top Gun movie on there was just because my wife and I watched it just before we went to see Top Gun Maverick because she'd never seen it before, and she didn't care for the pacing. And I realized, it was an '80s love movie as well as a flying movie, and all had some fantastic flying scenes in it and a decent story. I realized, compared especially to the second one, by today's standards, the movie was a little slow paced, but still great flying scenes and everything, good model work. Unfortunately, lost famous Hollywood stunt pilot Art Skoll in filming background footage for the movie. He was spinning his pits with a camera on it to get some background footage, and the last thing they heard of the radio was, "I've got a problem." He went to the Pacific Ocean. And of course, neither him nor the plane were ever recovered. Real loss. And Paul Mance was killed doing Flight of the Phoenix, and it's a number of pilots have been killed on doing movie stuff. So we love the movies, but it's still flying and it's still dangerous. I didn't include the High and the Mighty because that's more of a like Airport, the original 1970 Airport. That's really more of a melodrama. Somebody pointed out that, why'd you put Airport on there? It's not really a flying movie. I mean, it's taking place on an airplane. I understand. I think that was probably just because I had, being an airline pilot is related to the movie. And but there are a lot of other movies that are great flying movies that could go in there. Everybody's got their favorites. There was a short-lived TV show called Spencer's Pilots about flying, and you could probably make a movie about make models about some of the movies and TV shows that really never had kits made of them. I do remember, I believe there was a Great Waldo Pepper kit for a while, and of course there were the Baba Black Sheep kits. But I don't know, some of the shows I guess just weren't popular enough. But if you happen to already have the molds, it would just be a way to remarket them. And anyway, that's models and the movies. Those two go together, like chocolate on a banana split. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I got for this morning. I'm going to be working on Das Tigerpanzer. And, I knew a gentleman, Reisenstein, who actually was a Tiger tank driver, and said he didn't have a sense of smell because they got gassed on the Russian front. And I was like, I didn't know the Russians used gas during World War II. Anywho, that's all we got for now. Take care of yourselves, guys, and as always, model on.